Like this. When I did the crush. I Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you already know me, my name is Rory, and today I thought I would discuss with you guys. I would say it's gonna feel more like a podcasty vibes. I wanted to make this really extremely aesthetically pleasing. I don't know if I'm gonna achieve that. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed this video and if I should make more videos like this, because I think so far I'm enjoying making this. Right now I'm at my favorite park, Pedro, and it's a bit weird because like everybody's staring at me because I'm talking into my phone, but it's alright. Let's get into it. I didn't feel pretty in high school, and here's why. Well, I guess we better start off with a little background story. I'm originally from Zimbabwe. I was born there, but I wasn't raised there. I came here when I was around like 11, 12, I would say. And in kindergarten, I only had one crush the whole fucking years that I was there. So, and he was black. So like, I didn't know that I fancied white men as much as I do right now. So I've been here in Athens, well, in Greece to be specific, for around 10 years. Well, in December I'll be 10 and 10. Learning Greek was super hard for me. I didn't enjoy it at all. Though when I left, I was under the impression that we were here for vacation. But the moment we arrived, something within me just told me, girl, we ain't going back anytime soon. You better start committing to this shit and start learning Greek. So I started schooling here the second year of junior high school. So I skipped 2 years according to Zimbabwean schooling and 1 year according to the Greek schooling here. And the reason why I started in the second year of junior high school was because they thought my Greek was really good and I didn't need to start from like level 1. And also they considered me a bit too old to be put in the first year. That's why they put me in the second year. The first school I went to was not even a little bit of diversity in that school. Like, diversity, who was she? We don't know her. I was the only black girl in the entire school, and there were 2 schools in one. So there was a junior high school and then senior high school in the same, like area. Basically, it was an all-white school. The only bit of diversity that you could say there was that some of the kids were from Albania, but most of them grew up here and they already knew Greek. So it wasn't like hard for them to make friends. You get what I mean? And they could easily be mistaken for Greeks because Greeks and Albanians, they don't have much similar. They have many futuristic similarities. So that leads me to say that I couldn't and didn't make any friends in that school. The only friend I made was 2 girls. One of them, I met her the first day that I arrived at that school, and she was the only girl in the class that spoke even a little bit of English. So they sat me next to her to essentially help me during the lessons and all that. But later on, she changed sitting areas, and I sat alone the rest of the school year. And then mid-school year, another girl from Turkey arrived at the school, and we were friendly with each other. We used to like talk here and there, but we were not like friends. You get what I mean? I would more so say it was an acquaintance and just someone to pass time with. And also there was a huge language barrier between us, so we couldn't really talk about much, you would say. And with the second girl that I met the first day of school, we still talk here and there, but it's not often, you know. She's a busy girl. I only stayed there for 1 year because, to be quite honest, during my childhood I always changed schools. I never stayed at a school for longer than 2 years. I was always being moved around. And to this first school I changed because it was 30 minutes away from my house, so that required me to like take the train back and forth every morning. So I would have to like wake up super early just to go to school. Change me schools to somewhere that was like 10 minutes from my house. At this first school, before I changed, I developed a crush on someone. Now, here's the thing. Even though he was cute and all, it only lasted a week. And I would tell you why. Because, how do I say this nicely without sounding like a bitch? They blocked my view. There's a cute guy sitting over here, and this guy's blocked my view. Fuck off. It's funny that we're talking about boys, so I'm literally... Anyway, I stopped having a crush on him after 1 week because one day, it was in the morning, the first hour, I noticed that he had a hickey on his little neck. Okay, he had a hickey on his neck, and he was trying to cover it up by makeup. But he did a horrible job. Like, I'm talking atrocious. Because this man went and found the lightest shade that he could find and put it on himself. You could tell that the girl he did it with was the one that did whatever cover up they were trying to do, because it was so noticeable, because the shade was 10 times lighter than his. So I got the ick, basically. That was my first ever ick of a man. And he was just so gross to me, so I couldn't look at him the same after that. I moved second school. But before I moved, that summer, my parents had the brightest idea to send me into a summer camp. And thank you, parents, for sending me to this summer camp, because I really did need the space. But my time there was not enjoyable. I did not have the time of my life that most people would probably say they did when they talk about like, oh yeah, summer school, summer camp was amazing, blah, blah, blah. For me, it was not, because I was put in a room with 5 other girls that only spoke Arabic, and they were siblings. So I basically had no one to talk to the whole 2 weeks that I was there. And you could say, well, Ruby, didn't they speak English? Well, limited. Like, very limited English was all that I could get. Hi, how are you? And that's as far as we're going. So you get the point here. And then the other kids mostly just knew Greek, and again, limited English. So language barrier was a big factor here. But I still tried to enjoy myself. I would say this is the first time that I realized that I craved male attention. Um, as sad as it sounds, I think that was the first time I realized that I kind of craved male attention. And here's why, because when I was there, I started to notice that other girls were getting hit on, guys were talking to them, guys were looking at them, and people were kissing in the fucking woods. I don't fucking know. I really don't know. And I was wondering, well, why is no one talking to me? As one does. So I didn't know how to make myself not feel that way. I guess I can say I felt insecure about myself, cause I started, before I didn't this was the time when it was trending to tie your t-shirt into a knot in the front, and I didn't do that before. I didn't tie my t-shirt in the front with the back to show off my stomach or whatnot. I started doing that. Oh, fuck. I started to do that. So I started to do that. No male attention whatsoever, even with my little belly showing. It wasn't good. Let me tell you, it wasn't good. Still, I forgot to mention, this time I wasn't the only black girl there. There were two of us. Two black girls in a big camp. I didn't have any feelings about that. I don't know how I see myself as different from the other girls. I don't know, girl. I just didn't see myself as different to the other girls. I didn't notice that we were the only two black girls in the whole fucking camp. You know, that was not part of my thought process at all. And then here comes second crush that we're gonna talk about. So this guy, he was from Ukraine, and let me tell you, I never found out his name. I never found out if he lives in Greece or he lives in Ukraine or whatever. I basically never found out shit about this man, cause every time I would see him when we would be playing these games that the game put out on us, we'll just smile and wave at each other, say hi, and keep it pushing. There's no conversation past hi, how are you, bye bye. I don't know where I got the confidence from, because the last day of the trip, before we got on the bus, I went up to him. I went up to him. I was like, oh, it was nice seeing you and meeting you and all that. And I gave him a hug. And I left. And that's about that. Never saw this man ever again. And I'm sure if I saw him today, I wouldn't notice that it was him. I wouldn't even know that it was him. Okay, because it has been blocked from my brain. Let's move on to school number 2. This one was a bit more diverse, but not really. Okay. This one was in an area where a lot of migrants live, and I also lived there. It was 10 minutes from my house. And I say it was a bit more diverse because, once again, 2 black girls, so me and another black girl, and we were basically, I feel like this was intentional. They intentionally put us in the same class. And this girl was not, but still, language barrier was a problem. But in this school, I became a bit more confident in trying to speak Greek. So they provided us with a Greek class I think it was 2 times a week or 3 times a week. So I started to hang out a bit with my classmates. They were not all that bad. I became friendly with 2 of the girls in my class, but they were the polar opposite of me. So we were always disagreeing on stupid ass shit. Okay, so that's all about my friendship in that school. This was the first time that I would say I experienced face-to-face bullying this one guy from, I don't even know what class he was in. I could not give a fuck, but we're basically around the same age. Basically all he would do is like try to bother me during the break times. Sometimes I would go to the library and like roam around for like 15 minutes, and he would come and just like stand there. Go find something else to do. Leave me alone. Would sometimes say to me like, oh, leave the girl alone, leave the girl alone. And he would just keep doing it. And I was just like, what the fuck? But his friend never bothered me, you know. He was just kind of there, you know. And then he would stand in the doorway, trying telling me you can go anywhere, da da da. And I'm like, bro, I just want to move. I just want to get out of this room. Can I get out of the room? And he would just be like, no. And I'd be like, okay, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but move, bitch. Like, that was my attitude. I was like, I don't know what you're doing, but like, fucking move, bro. He decided to leave me alone because he knew. He was like, I'm not getting anywhere with this girl. Like, she really be acting fucking unbothered as hell. So like, I'm just gonna leave her alone. So he did. Thank God. I had no crushes at this school at all. So I had other things to worry about, apparently. Here comes summer. Oh my God. This is where disaster starts. I say this is where my love life starts, basically. And it wasn't like a cute, fancy, romantic type shit start. No, horrible. It was horrendous. Let me tell you that. Future editing over here. I think I will stop this video at this part. And you guys will just have to come back for part 2 because I'm realizing how long it's getting, and also I don't have enough footage. And the last the audio after this part, the last part, it's not that great. I didn't realize that I was wearing headphones in the whole time, 10 minutes that I was talking, and I'm super annoyed because now I have to go back and film that part because the quality is just really bad and it's bothering me. So I decided just not to post it, but because I want to stay consistent and I want to upload a video this Tuesday, you guys will have to come back for part 2 because in part 2 that's where the juice starts happening, and tea and the boy drama and all that. So I really suggest that you come back for part 2. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Subscribe, like, comment what you think is gonna happen in part 2, or just comment down below your experience in high school because I'm really interested to get to know you guys, because I really want to know what you guys went through as well in high school. And yeah, that's all from me. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.